Kennywood is an amusement park in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania that offers a very great lineup of different roller coasters. It offers some great family coasters, some good coasters in the middle, and then those massive steel coasters like Steel Curtain and Phantom's Revenge. This park offers 8 different coasters, which is 1 kiddie coaster, a couple of family coasters, and some great thrilling roller coasters. And in today's video, I will be doing the full ranking from worst to best of all the roller coasters at Kennywood. So let's get into it. Coming in at number 8 is Lil Phantom, which is a Molina & Sons kiddie coaster. And Lil Phantom is your standard kiddie coaster. It's in the kiddie section of the park. It has a drop, 2 airtime hills, and then a turn back into the station. And you have 3 laps, at least from what I remember. And on the airtime hills, you may get some airtime, but other than that, this is a very janky, boring kiddie coaster. Taking the 7th place is Exterminator, which is an indoor wild mouse. And I actually liked this coaster more than I love most wild mouses, which I don't really like wild mouse coasters. I do like the spinning wild mouses better, and the indoor aspect definitely helps. And this roller coaster is manufactured by Reverchon, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so sorry if I'm not. But this coaster opened in 1999. It's a spinning wild mouse. It's indoors, 42 feet. It goes 29 miles per hour. And this coaster actually has some of the best theming in Kennywood. It's basically themed to a rat running through the sewers, escaping, like you are a rat running through the sewers, escaping from the exterminators. I think that's the theme. And I rode this coaster 2 times, and one of my rides was pretty good, and my other ride was not too good. There's actually a couple of airtime moments on this coaster on some of the drops. But for most enthusiasts, this will be a one and done. Coming in at number 6 is Thunderbolt, which is a wooden roller coaster manufactured by John A. Miller that opened in 1924. And this is a wooden coaster, a classic. It's terrain interactive, which is pretty cool. And this is a very old roller coaster, 98 years old, but it just recently got retracked, repainted, so it is running smoother now. And this coaster is known to deliver some very strong lateral G-force, especially after the first drop. Because, fun fact, guys, if you're a single rider going to Kennywood, you cannot ride Thunderbolt. There needs to be 2 people in one row at a time because of how strong the lateral G-force is. Just take a look for yourself in a minute. Just look at this going down. Look how tight this turn is. Just barely banking. Not even really banking at all. Delivering some strong laterals. And there are a couple of airtime moments at this coaster as well. And you really only get those up in the front, at least from my experience on Thunderbolt. I rode this coaster 3 times when I visited Kennywood. And it isn't the best coaster, but it is definitely a classic and a must-do during your visit to Kennywood. Coming in at number 5 is Racer, which is a racing roller coaster manufactured by PTC, and this is one of the only Mobius loop coasters left in operation as of 2022, and Mobius meaning that it's just one long circuit, so you may see 2 different sides racing when it's really just one long track, if that makes sense. And a lot of people hate on this roller coaster, but I actually find a lot of value in Racer. It's not an intense roller coaster. It's a fun one, though, because you get to race another train on the other side. There's some good airtime moments throughout the coaster, and I have a soft spot for classic wooden roller coasters. I really like them. They're not thrilling or anything. They're not intense. They're just fun. And I rode this coaster, I think, over the 2 days at Kennywood I think I rode it like 6 times in total, 3 on each day. And I just love this coaster. It's very underrated, and especially that final drop right before you hit the brake run, there is some good airtime there as well. So I don't know why a lot of people hate this roller coaster, but I am someone who really likes it. Jackrabbit takes the number 4 spot, which is a 102-year-old wooden roller coaster that's manufactured by the legendary John A. Miller. And guys, Jackrabbit, while it may look tame through the stats and basically through 95% of this layout, this roller coaster is insane. If you've ridden Jackrabbit, you know what I'm talking about. But if you have not, I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind away. So, Jackrabbit has a pretty tame layout for the most part, but it's this final double down. After you're brought to the top of the lift hill, there is a double down that gives some insane airtime, guys. You were flying out of your seat. It's insane. And you're probably saying, oh, I've seen double downs like that before. It can't be that crazy. Well, have you been on a double down like that with only a seatbelt holding you in? Yeah. If you ever in Jackrabbit, I didn't think so. Yeah, that's right, guys. Jackrabbit only has a simple seatbelt to hold you in on this insane ejector-filled moment. And it is just insane, something that everyone has to experience. It is an insane moment that will be pasted into your mind forever. I just love this airtime moment. It's one of my favorite airtime moments of all time. And sometimes I even question how this is allowed, especially on a small family coaster like this. Starting off the top 3 is Skyrocket, which is a premier ride Skyrocket 1, an LSM launched roller coaster that takes you to 50 miles per hour and 95 feet tall through 3 inversions. And this roller coaster's layout reminds me of this drawing I drew of Velocicoaster versus this drawing of Velocicoaster. The first one is filled with neat color, and then the second one looks like it was drawn by a 2-year-old in 5 seconds. And that's exactly what Skyrocket's layout is. The first layout packs in a punch with airtime off the top hat, super intense, but then once you hit that mid-course, the layout just stops. It doesn't make sense. There's 2 pointless bunny hills, some pointless turns, and it's just really boring in the second half that I want to fall asleep in the second half. That's literally what I want to do. So I honestly think they should have just ended the coaster after that mid-course. They should have just had that be the brake run, or they could have just done a better job with the second half and not make it look like it was designed by a 2-year-old. Focusing solely on the first half, though, this is a pretty good coaster. Number 2 is the massive Steel Curtain, towering at 220 feet with 9 inversions, going at speeds of 75 miles per hour. Steel Curtain is insane. It offers some insane intensity in the second half. This coaster is awesome. It delivers some sheer intensity. It's so smooth. There's literally no roughness on the coaster. It has the tallest inversion in the world, most inversions in North America. And a lot of people think that this coaster is lackluster, but the day I was going, it was hauling like crazy. There's a couple of notable airtime moments, and this coaster is just insane and awesome. But want to know something even more insane and awesome at this park? That's got to be Phantom's Revenge. Phantom's Revenge is a Morgan Hyper roller coaster that opened in 2001 that offers a short but intense ride experience that offers insane airtime, tight turns, and more. Originally, this coaster opened as an aerodynamics looping roller coaster, but in the 2000 to 2001 off-season at Kennywood, Morgan Rides was called in to renovate the coaster, and turn it into a non-inverting hypercoaster. And let me just say, on a day where Phantom's Revenge is hauling, the final airtime hills on this roller coaster will leave you with bruises. That is how intense Phantom's Revenge is. The original height is 160 feet, but then it dives into a valley where it gets the 228-foot plunge and the speed of 85 miles per hour. It is insane, guys. You've got to get on this once you get the chance. Once you go to Kennywood, you got to get on this coaster. And those final small airtime hills deliver some of the most insane ejector airtime that you can find on any roller coaster in the world. So that's going to do it for today's All Coasters Ranked video. If you enjoyed, please smash that like button. It would be highly appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. We do all sorts of coaster-related stuff like reviews, amusement park vlogs, hopefully soon to be more POVs, definitely a lot of off-ride footage, and a lot more of these videos like the ranking videos, and theme park reviews, and now Planet Coaster videos. We're starting those, and if you guys want to see those videos, definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you'll get notified whenever we upload one of those videos. And of course, guys, stay on the thrill side of life.